talking about Real Madrid because Real Madrid, even though they've just been crowned Spanish champions, they have a problem. We don't know, this is going to sound crazy, we don't know how good ZInedine Zidane is of a coach. He obviously won those Champions League titles. It was just an incredible team, and I want to give him all the credit. But there are some flaws here that get me a little worried, especially when you watch them play. They really churned out results. A lot of 1-0s. Defense was great. You obviously have Sergio Ramos, Varane, Casemiro in the back of the midfield. They get it done. Thibaut Courtois, some feel he has his faults. Very serviceable keeper, and they got through there. But we didn't see the return of the swashbuckling, high-scoring Real Madrid. And now they have some issues, and it has to be with the players. Let us begin with Gareth Bale, because this is why I wanted to talk to you today. Amazing, 4 years ago, he was there with Wales, leading them to the semifinals of the European Championships. He's had his good moments at Real Madrid in the Champions League final against Liverpool, one of the greatest goals I've ever seen. He's just so much talent. But in the restart, we saw footage of him sleeping or pretending to be asleep and uninterested and arms crossed and away from the celebrations. I wouldn't feel like I was really part of this championship spirit. Tony Kroos was on a German podcast and obviously was asked about the Gareth Bale situation, and unsatisfactory was the word that was used. You remember that Gareth Bale was going to go to China, then Real Madrid pulled the plug. So they're stuck with him, and he makes, was it $25 million a year? It's just an inordinate amount of money. And now people are saying, why should he go back to Tottenham? Can he do this so he can play? Well, Gareth Bale appears to be quite content, and he's crossing that threshold where, you know what, lifestyle, money, and your family and your family life is superior than that of football. And I don't blame him. Who's going to walk away from that money? I'm not. You're not. You're not going to say, I got to play. I got to go back to my boyhood club. And no. This is a guy who has recreated golf holes in his backyard. He loves golf, like from Augusta and famous golf courses. No one can afford him. $1 billion buyout. It's a very interesting situation when you look at it, and there's something there with ZInedine Zidane. They say that he wasn't snubbed. It's just the way it went. And Gareth Bale, you can't see him featuring because they're just going to add players. They're going to. But this is in this era of COVID. Even Real Madrid, with their very deep pockets, have to be a little thrifty. And you can't just throw money away like this. These contracts are insane. I don't care which club you are. Those 4 or 5 super rich clubs, you still can't be just eating that. But with ZInedine Zidane, the Gareth Bale, he brought him in. Gareth Bale signing has not paid off, but it's not the only one. This past transfer group, Eden Hazard had his injury issues, but nothing. Luka Jovic, just a disaster. So this is on Zidane. ZInedine Zidane is on the hook for this. So Florentino Perez, you have Jose Angel Sanchez, who is the managing director. And it's tricky. I think I said $25 million for Bale. It's $15 million. But still. James Rodriguez, what are they going to do with him? He makes more money. And these are guys that don't play. They have benefited from those young players that they've been identified, not necessarily through their academy, guys like Valverde, Isco, who did come through there, Rodrigo. And those guys are great. Manchester United's done that with a young core. But is Real Madrid's young core there? They have Manchester City in the round of 16 coming up in August in the Champions League. I don't know if they get through there. Manchester City looks determined. And then these questions. And then you ask about the Spanish League. I can make fun of... You got to talk about the Spanish League in general. I make fun of Real Madrid's transfers. They're better than Barcelona's been doing. It's been a disaster over there with Coutinho and Dembele. You can't fault them. Those are great players, but they haven't panned out or they haven't fit in. Something's not working. So here it is, the peculiar situation with Real Madrid. If I was Gareth Bale, I'd say, football's been good to me. Kick your feet up. Let the money roll in. I think it's two more years. And so be it. You're no pay cuts. And Real Madrid have a lot of questions to answer. I believe They just put a little lipstick on, the lipstick on the pig, by winning the Spanish championship in a down year in Spain. Lots of work to do. Keep your eyes on Real Madrid. And keep your eyes on the Soccerochi. Subscribe. Tell your friends. We're getting to 1,000. Come on. Let's do it.